it up to the committee and the staff for any questions that you may have.
Yeah, I have a few questions. I've received a lot of material on this, and I don't know them to be true, because I don't necessarily have. First of all, did the town board ever change their vote? Or is it still on record that they're against it?
Well, a couple things I think to clarify. The town board did not change their vote. Currently, we have two positions from the town board, both of them for denial. The town board also did not pass a formal resolution denying the petition. We just have the two position forms in opposition.
Okay. I was also, materials that I received, I heard that the town board, is there anybody here from the town board? It says that they passed a moratorium on zoning changes the first of the year. Did you ever receive anything like that?
The moratorium is done. It ran its course. They've approved their licensing or permitting ordinance, whatever they called it down there. And once they approved that ordinance, the moratorium was lifted.
And the other thing, I don't have a copy of their comprehensive plan. I got our county plan out, and you said that it fits into the plan, but then again, I don't know that it does. When you look at the future growth section, and the gentleman that just spoke talked about the comprehensive plan. I would have liked to, for those of you who are out there, I would have liked to seen those pages. I don't actually. We did a comprehensive plan for the county, and each zone, the township did a comprehensive plan. In past discussions with towns that were looking at sand mines, their comprehensive plans, at least to me, was pretty important. Terry, are you familiar enough with their plan? Is that what their plan says?
Well, I think if you review the county plan, you probably review all the municipal plans, they all say very similar language, especially in Jackson County. I mean, they all, most of ours all had the statement to protect the rural character of the county or the town, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, all those plans, there are a lot of cookie cutter plans out there, and they're, they state that you're supposed to look at the health, safety, and welfare of the community. When we put these plans together, when you adopt your goals and objectives for that plan. So they all say, fairly the same thing. The one thing that most of our towns and the county plan does is a lot of our areas were put into rural lands, which does not really specify one or two or three specific land uses, whether it's existing or future. That was done, I believe, to allow for whether it be zone changes to be made or amendments to be made if the land use fits. So, and most of Franklin was put into rural lands.
Yeah, that's what I saw when I looked at their map.
These comprehensive plans were sold on the basis that they're living, evolving plans.
It does say that, right?
As we grow, things change. We're not all rural anymore. We're not all agricultural anymore. There are nice homes, $200,000 homes in the middle of a farm field. So the fact that the comprehensive plan was put together, in fact, the people who worked on it, the town of Franklin's committee, they were made very well aware that when MSA was making the presentations, that this is not the end. These things will evolve and change as things go on. So the comprehensive plan, I think, needs to be looked at, but I'm not so sure that needs to be the final say in what's happening. There will be other things that will arise that don't fit your comprehensive plan that will be approved in the future, whether it be frac sand mining or something else.
The question I didn't realize, I guess I'm looking again, is this was an iron line site? Where the frac mine is going to go?
I wasn't aware that it was an iron ore site. It was a shale or
I misspoke, it was a quarry.
yeah, shale quarry or something.
Being pretty naive too, how would this operation look different than if somebody wanted to put a gravel pit in?
Again, I think we should concentrate on the
Well,
change
this
in
is
town
stuff that
meeting.
will make my mind up on whether I'll do it, Taylor. These are the things that are important. I understand what you're saying, even when you were talking to the different people presenting, but how do you reconsider whether you want to change your vote or not unless you have all the facts? You can't do it. I said, I've got tons of letters. I've tried my best to do the research. I took that big plan out. I went through it.
But I'm
And I
saying
read
we-
through it, and I have questions.
We had the public hearing, we made the decision on the public hearing. Now, we should consider whether we should rescind that. It's based on the fact that the town board meeting was tainted.
We have a document that proves that. I guess I don't agree with you, Gary, but in that case, I don't see any reason for us to change our vote.
I don't either.
So I would, if it's a motion, I don't know what the proper thing is, but I'd like to put it on the floor, that we stay with our original vote.
I think John had already stated there, it's about 6-1 against this.
Right.
This situation. And as far as I'm concerned, they voted twice at the town board to deny this. We voted once to deny it. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe that we should reconsider this.
Me either.
I'll make a motion to that.
Would you wait until we see if we have any more questions?
Okay, I'll wait till we win.
Would that be all right? And that way, everybody has an opportunity to ask questions.
Not a question, I'd like to make a couple of clarification statements that I got in this document yesterday. And again, since we've got the tape running, I wanna make sure that the information is correct. There was a timeline email sent out from Sheila Danielson, I guess, is who or where this came from. And one of my concerns is, and when she does the detailed timeline in here, and she gets to the 8/8/12 date, it says Jackson County Zoning and Land Information Committee publishes newspaper notice on the Town of Franklin ordinance for moratorium on non-metallic mining operations, but it was not legal because it was supposed to have been published within 30 days of adoption. So they have no moratorium. That is completely incorrect. The Jackson County Zoning and Land Information Committee did not have anything to do with the Town of Franklin's moratorium ordinance. We were not responsible for publishing anything in regards to the Town of Franklin moratorium ordinance, so I wanted to make that clear. I think what she's referring to was our publication of the upcoming public hearing that was going to be held for the rezone petition. But again, that did not have anything to do with the moratorium, so that statement is completely incorrect. And also, on 9/13, where it states that the Jackson County Zoning and Land Information Committee meeting, the rezone petition was denied. That's not correct either. There was no action taken at that meeting because the town board did not change their position. Therefore, the committee took no action at that meeting, and that was just referred back to the Jackson County Board with the denial. So again, just two things to clarify in this timeline statement, just so the information is correct. And that's it.
Anybody else have any questions?
Nobody else has any more questions, I'm gonna make a motion not to reconsider and send it in due process to the county board for their final approval.
I second that.
Motion made and seconded to not reconsider. Is there any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Motion carried.